be silent. My writing hand is guided by Poseidon is trident. Too many undecided, the elites don't even hide it. We've been conquered and divided. Wake up America, we live in hysteria. The truth is scarier than you think. In one wink, we've been put on the brink of being powerless. The hour is getting closer for us to become one culture, one people, to free us from the tyranny of evil. No sequel or repeats, the elites must face defeat. But first we must overcome the worst curse, which is that we the people allow this to happen. Constantly napping as we're trapped in political ideologies that leave us blinded. This strategy is timeless and only the wisest can overcome. Americans have become dumb. Lesson number one, which is most foul for the crowd. The tyranny we live in now is worse than before our independence. And in my senses I can feel it, don't conceal it. This country was founded on brutalities, Native American fatalities, and the slave economy. Obama's just a pawn to me. Free labor from blacks made many elites wealthy. Anger has helped me, God help me. Under the banner of Christianity, or acts of murder is insanity. Just to live lives of vanity. Killing the indigenous is the loss of innocence, and all sense of morality. Our life is a fallacy. We take it up the ass from the higher class. But in the past, we were courageous during the stages following the 7-year war. We were taxed to the core, and our dignities were attacked with the Stamp Act, T-Acts, and coercive acts. A disturbing fact was how we weren't represented or presented by the resented British courts. Through force, we changed this course, winning against unjust taxation. Funny how today we live in a nation collapsed under the tyranny of the federal income tax, making the Federal Reserve bankers fat. Can you believe that? Now our minds are feeble. We the people, man, wealthy owners of land, understand, not the poor man. Southern elites dooming slaves as 1/3 human. This I can't fathom. John Adams said the poor have no will, but still they were willing to kill for our freedom. Yet they treat them like dogs. They have no say in policy making at all. An architect of the fall is Alexander Hamilton. This opportunist put us in shambles when he decided not to pay fully for the war debt, just to let the nation be credit worthy. Already this early in our past, we see the interests of bankers hungry, debt holders who would control the country. This is American sodomy. Private investors influence the economy. Just like today, it's the capitalist way. Americans have been betrayed, stabbed in the back. I hate the Indian Removal Act and Andrew Jackson. People need to take action against the elite factions. Forever endure and strive. In 1835, the national debt was paid, but there was still money to be made through the aid of war. Greed always wants more and won't let go, conning land from Mexico. I hope Americans are hearing World War I was all about profiteering, political smearing, and a wicked scheme. In 1913, we're seduced by the wickedness of banking interests from J.P. Morgan and Rockefeller. My rhyme is stellar. Americans are dwellers in a cellar. President Woodrow Wilson was the seller of our souls, backed up by lies told by Secretary of State Knox. It kills me like Indians with smallpox. This paradox of diplomatic procedures, it gives me seizures as I battle my hate. Knox tampered with our fate. The 16th Amendment was not ratified by all the states. Now the Federal Reserve stands great with the Federal Reserve Act. We've all been stabbed in the backs, deeply offended since there was no amendment to the Constitution. Time for retribution, see through the confusion. Elites are above the law, both parties are aware of this fraud. Men play God behind their armies. Don't trust any political party, leave them mentally outflanked. You'll always be low ranked. The Federal Reserve is a private bank. My heart sank, hear my verse, it gets worse. The same people who make the money control its worth. This is my lesson. The elites orchestrate economical depressions and recessions. They take advantage of our misfortune like a cancer. Violence is the answer. They destroyed the gold standard as we meander in an ignorant nation. No salvation, no way to protect our savings from confiscation through inflation. This is the land of gluttons. Our dollars backed up by nothing. We're pathetic, slaves to debt and credit. I got a headache as America becomes a prostitute, living like skydivers with no parachute. The elite staged the coup and I'm about to lose it. The military-industrial complex is ruthless. The evil in man. We firebombed Japan, killing 100,000 civilians in one night. See the light, was it right to drop the bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? Or were we just cocky? You can't stop me or cut me off like an umbilical. This is epically biblical. General MacArthur protected Japanese war criminals with the secret deal. It's real. We no longer feel inside, overlooking Japan's genocide and human experimentation against the Chinese nation, just for the assimilation of their scientific advancements, for enhancements and weaponry. We dishonor the memory of the women and children killed just for more blood to be spilled. Feel the thrill and my frustration. The US doesn't believe in self-determination. Look at the creation of a divided Korea, a destructive idea. The Korean people weren't even consulted. They were insulted and catapulted as pawns into the Cold War against Russia. The ideological structure of two opposing views just brought more abuse of powers as the military-industrial complex devours the globe with violation of civil rights at home. It's commonly known as McCarthyism. They put you in prison on suspicion of being affiliated with communism. Please listen to the exact facts. Don't forget the Tuskegee experiments on blacks and MK Ultra, where CIA vultures experimented on the US population. Think of the humiliation, degradation. This isn't a land of liberation, just money and sex. The FBI helped kill Malcolm X. Nevertheless, it's misunderstood. We only want to see the good. Think of Operation Northwoods. The CIA wanted to attack Miami and blame it on Cuba. I foresee a demented future. It's a terrible mess. I'm not impressed. Should have listened to Eisenhower's last address. Who would have guessed his warning against the military-industrial complex would be right? Elites don't value a poor life. So much strife. The American dream is an illusion. Journalists protect institutions. The truth is a nuisance. Don't fear me, some hear me. Despite idiocy, like the magic bullet theory, patriotism is a fool's remedy. The death of Kennedy happened as he was surrounded by enemies such as the CIA, FBI, and Mafia. He was hated by Hoffa, beat by lecture. He was also hated by CIA Director Alan Dulles. The Warren Commission fooled us. Hypocrisy rules us, and elites are power abusers. FBI Director Hoover strong-armed all investigations and interrogations with false information. To conclude, Oswald was the lone assassin. These are lies from the elite faction. What really happened in this mess that I must stress was Kennedy tampered with too many interests. He was in the way, so he was betrayed, as he wanted to weaken the CIA for the Bay of Pigs failure. Oswald was tailored, more on that later. Kennedy was determined to destroy the mob. His life was robbed by elite snobs, sneering and jeering. Elites wanted a war in Vietnam for profiteering. Are you hearing? The war was meant to be fought, not won. So they stopped Kennedy with a gun. Many lies spun now and then. Texas oil men also resented him when he resisted oil tax breaks. The official story is fake. The Warren Commissioner snakes. Make no mistake, America we must retake. Pump your fist to this. Kennedy was killed because he was soft on communists. He was surrounded by haters. The real perpetrators went unnoticed. Last worm like locusts. So focus on the impossibility of a lone gunman theory. Please hear me, don't surrender your soul. There was a shot from the grassy knoll. Too many lies told to miss or dismiss, like the convenient deaths of witnesses. Some think my remarks are sin, but Oswald was known as a shitty marksman. Lies come in a cycle. No fingerprints found on the rifle, and you forgot all his colleagues said he was a poor shot. Destruction is America's fate, no one could replicate. Shooting 3 shots in less than 8 seconds. With this crappy rifle, I reckon there was another shot from the grassy knoll. Fascism has stolen your soul, you're under control. I speak of the untold participants with links to the Mafia, CIA, and FBI. They wanted Kennedy to die. Why? Because there were too many weary, like a man named David Ferry. This is my report, a retort. Ferry knew Oswald from the Civil Air Support. He manipulated Oswald like a pawn. The Warren Commission is wrong. This is my freedom song. All along, Ferry had links with the anti-Castro CIA. He hated Castro in every way. It's staggering. He worked with the anti-Castro intelligence gathering under a man named Guy Bannister, who was also the manager of Oswald's pro-Castro movement. Now this is confusing and amusing. They made Oswald into a double agent so they could cage him and use him as a decoy so they can employ their plot to have Kennedy shot. The truth misconstrued. Many people knew, like Dean Andrews, who was requested by Clay Shaw to rep Oswald in the face of the law. Millions of people saw Oswald assassinated live by Jack Ruby. It was his duty to kill him before he could talk. There's an eye in the sky watching us like a hawk. Orwellian nightmare stalk. America lives in denial. We say Oswald did it, but he never went on trial. Fascism smiles and we're disrespected. The poor neglected. To Russia, Oswald deflected. Yet he was let back in to the US fully protected. Jack Ruby, Guy Bannister, Clay Shaw, David Ferry, Dean Andrews, Alan Dulles, Oswald are all connected. Shaw was former CIA. Ferry was mysteriously slayed as soon as the investigation was on the way. The Federal Reserve wants to tax me. Oswald was just a patsy, an image created to fuel our hatred. Nothing is sacred. Many lives wasted in Vietnam. As soon as Kennedy died, Lyndon Johnson had us in arms, sneering. Vietnam was all about profiteering. Families cry, we invaded Vietnam based on a lie. There was no conflict in the Gulf of Tonkin, so shut up, Michelle Malkin. You better stop talking. Revolutionary guns cocking. There's no stopping my rapping. The incidents at Tonkin never even happened. Wake up America, stop napping. So many suffered in Vietnam for nothing. Cold War bluffing. These are dark days. Never forget the massacre at My Lai. US soldiers raped and murdered 500 women and children. An evil empire rebuilding. We step on the grave of millions. Out of all involved, one soldier served 3 years. They breathe fears, unseen tears. 500 Vietnamese lives are only worth 3 years. Poisoned by hate. Nixon showed his true colors before Watergate. Tampered with fate. He bombed Cambodia, didn't tell the people US democracy is evil. They go against the will of mi gente. They killed Salvador Allende, who was democratically elected. It didn't matter because the elite investments need protecting. We have no compassion or affection, just subjection. How did Bush steal the 2000 election? If it's the delegates in electoral college that choose who's the president in the first place, this is the worst case scenario, because people actually believe in the fairy tale that our vote counts. Patriotism I renounce. Time to take action. The Bush administration let 9/11 happen. The facts are rotten. Look at the business relationship between Bush and the Bin Ladens. It fuels my wrath. Study the past. James Bath was Bush's best friend and manager of the Bin Laden investments. This song is a quiet weapon for all my troops. The Bin Ladens invested in the Carlyle Group, meaning they got paid for rebuilding Iraq. We've been stabbed in the back. Both Republicans and Democrats know that. Let's put it to a stop. John Ashcroft ignored the FBI's Al-Qaeda inquiry because they needed the war dearly. This is a time of retribution. The terrorists were aided by certain institutions. Devil faces. Many hijackers had their training in US bases. It simply amazes this great scam. Covert programs funneled in and protected terrorists in the US. Who would have guessed the CIA trained Bin Laden to fight the Soviets? We payrolled them to build Al-Qaeda training facilities. We need tranquility and humility. I hear the mourners. Hijackers even live with FBI informers. So how were they still able to fly? They were protected by lies uncovered by John O'Neill, who was persecuted for speaking the real. He died in the collapse of the tower. All politicians are cowards. Some elite snobs wouldn't let the FBI do their jobs. We continue to fight. Just ask Robert Wright, who had Al-Qaeda in his sight, but was told he wasn't right until 9/11 made him see the light. Bush protected Bin Laden. Colonel Anthony Shaffer knew something was rotten. The elites knew to stop him. His character assassinated him, filled with hatred to the core. Bush stopped these investigations because he wanted war. I'm the man with no name. War games are used as diversions to commit perversions. Time for subversion, cause NORAD was simulating 9/11 while the real thing was occurring. How's it reassuring to have the world's greatest military and not be able to respond to a hijacking? NORAD jets were attacking Phantom planes, senseless. Playing games were utterly defenseless. Sending our jets to Canada and Alaska. It was a perfect time for a massacre and a cover-up. Watch George Bush pucker up and kiss Saudi Arabia's ass. Wait, not so fast. Study the past Ali. The Bin Ladens are also Saudis. This is insane, no shame. Building 7 collapsed demolition style. It wasn't even hit by a plane. It held many names and federal documents. One of the occupants, Barry Jennings, heard many ground explosions for hours, even before the collapse of the towers. This is my daring task. I dare ask, how did the media report the fall of Building 7 20 minutes before its collapse? Illogical reasoning of all sorts. Building 7 wasn't even in the commission report. Time to abort the anthrax scare. People don't even want to believe the witnesses who were there, who had explosions almost kill them. Larry Silverstein profited off the rebuilding. He was the World Trade Center leaseholder. I got wings out my shoulders. The lies are over. Strong is the people's endurance. Silverstein was awarded terrorism insurance. For sure it's an attack on the people. Money has a root evil, but we have to fight. On September 12th, the Bin Ladens left the country on chartered flights. This isn't right. The public don't have a clue, and Israel knew and profited off the situation. Israel spies more on the US than any other nation. It's accepted. Mossad agents were present on 9/11. This we can't dismiss. A van full of explosives on the George Washington Bridge. 9/11 was escalated. The FBI investigated Israeli-based company Amdoc as they eavesdrop on the federal talk, and it don't stop at that. Israeli-based Converse Info Systems operates the phone taps. They were one step ahead of this lesson. That's why Mossad was there to document 9/11. This is influential. Keep it in your mental. Don't ignore me like the Phoenix Memo. Does it make sense? No. To be allies with Pakistan when they're two-faced and aid the Taliban. Pakistan General Ahmed was an author. He funded 9/11 and Muhammad Atta. It's disturbing. It's all for Cheney's pipeline and Halliburton.